Hello, I'm Dave Kimberly, and welcome to Eclipse Live Studio for our first episode of Studio Sessions, sponsored by Striff Humanity and Hyperion Audio. We're joined by Pure Devotion, local band from Dubai, UAE, and we're going to ask them a few questions. So first of all, I'm going to hand the mic down, and you're all going to introduce yourselves.
Yes, hi, my name is Alex. I play the bass.
I'm Fritz. I play guitars.
My name is Mark on vocals and guitars.
I am Yosh, I play drums.
Awesome. Thank you guys for coming.
Thanks.
It's really, really
Thank you
exciting.
for letting us come here.
First episode, and we're going to have a lot of fun today. So first I want to ask a few questions to the band, and we're going to have an opportunity to hear some of your songs, and we'll chat in between about all sorts of fun things. So first question, the name of your band, Pure Devotion.
Yes,
Where did that name come from?
Came from our song actually. The title of the song.
So you wrote a song and then it
Yes.
became the band.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Very
It's a
cool.
praise music.
Okay. So how did you guys all meet?
Social media,
Social medias.
Different scene.
Okay.
And with Mark, we met before. So we just separated from the band. And then when I transferred to Sharjah, he contacted me that he wanted to form another band. So this is what it is, the Pure Devotion.
That's awesome.
That's,
So social media,
no, not only
Connection.
social media, it's before that, before.
that's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Social media can be used for positive things for once. And so the genre of the band, how would you define yourselves?
And call it indie rock.
Indie rock.
Indie rock, yeah.
Indie rock. Okay. Very cool.
Post-hardcore, no.
No, that's Android.
Indie rock.
Indie rock with a little bit of post-hardcore.
Yeah, a little bit.
5% of post-hardcore.
Nice.
My first.
And then what kind of bands influenced you in your playing, your style, and Pure Devotion's
We
style?
have different influencer
We
actually.
have different influence.
My influencer is a Ricky Goose, and I love reggae as well. So
Okay.
yeah.
For me, I really love, when I was a kid, I really love Wishbone from Limp Bizkit.
Okay.
I'm trying to imitate his sounds, but still I didn't make it. And Christian Atienza from Bleach.
Okay.
I love the effects, man. How we play the sounds. I'm trying to imitate them.
Okay, Yosh, how about you on drums?
From Urban Dub. Paramore. Like that.
Very nice.
Very cool. Alex?
I'm really not into international art, musician. I'm in local Filipino musician. I'm with, I used to be, imitate also the legendary band in the Philippines, the bassist Nathan Azarcon in Bamboo,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
and River Maya. The very, just like a legend
Yeah.
band.
Yeah, they were just here in Dubai,
Yeah.
actually. So
Yes,
it was a good show. It was a really good show.
yeah, good.
Okay. So, Pure Devotion, do you play cover songs or all originals?
No,
All
all
original.
original.
All originals.
We're trying to make our full album in this year.
Oh, that's great.
Hopefully, yeah, we'll finish.
Hopefully.
That's amazing.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Did you start out with originals? Like say, we're not going to play any covers, we're just going to sit down and write songs together?
Yes. We stick in the original song.
That's great. Yeah. It's a lot of work.
A lot of work.
Lot of work.
Actually, we've been finished the 2 songs already. It's been a month already for the 2 songs.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Hopefully, we will finish the album in this year.
Absolutely. We all hope so. Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
So, when you're writing those songs, who is like, is there one person that's lead or is it everybody collaborates?
We do it in a whole band, like whole member.
Oh,
Musicality, lyrics, and all.
I see it.
Yeah,
For
I
the
see.
lyrics,
he was referring to maybe the other song. We have 2 songs.
yes,
so,
actually.
So next song, maybe Yosh is going to write it.
Yeah, Josh will be writing the next song.
Third song.
So the bass player is writing the lyrics for one of the songs? Yeah.
yeah,
Interesting.
hopefully.
Yeah, bass player's getting some love finally.
We
Okay.
just
Well, that's it for the questions. Anything else you want to say to all your future fans out there?
Support local music.
yes,
Yes.
You need your cash. We just need you to listen to us.
Yes, we just need your
support
support.
local.
Support local and original
Original,
music.
yes,
Yes.
I would agree. If I go to another bar and see covers of the same songs, my band included, I'll lose it. So it's really, really refreshing to start seeing new, fresh music
Yeah.
with a little bit of post-hardcore in there.
5%.
Indie rock with a little bit 5% of post-hardcore.
Really cool. Well, let's check out some of your songs. Let's get all set up.
Sure.
Waiting for the sunrise to shine. Even in the darkest time. Looking for my future to rise. Even in the hardest time, but your arms around me. Know your arms around me. You are my guide when everything is falling all around me. You are my light when everything is dying all around me. Come alive. Dying to hold you again. Even when my time ends. Hope for a brighter days. Even in my crashing away, your arms around me, and all your hands hold me. You are my guide when everything's falling all around me. You are my life when everything's dying all around me. You are my guide when everything's falling all around me. You are my light when everything's dying all around me. Come alive.
All right, we're back with Pure Devotion. We just heard a couple of awesome songs, and now we're going to talk about gear. It's one thing musicians tend to get obsessed with, especially when they're chasing their influences and they're trying to find that tone or that sound or that snare that they heard on an album. They want to recreate it. So we're going to go around and we're going to talk a bit about guitars, basses, and drumsticks. Okay, so down at the end, we have the bass player. So you have an SG bass. Why don't you tell us about this bass? Is this your first bass?
Actually, this is my second bass.
Okay.
My first bass was I forgot his name. Anyway, this is my. I have it with me for quite some time. So I started my gear around not quite sometimes ago. But I used to use only the distortion, the Procorat. It's very old. But I didn't put it here because it's quite too big for this pedal board.
Yep.
So I just bought this thing around 2 months from now. Yeah. So just use some 2 or 3 of these effects.
And you only play 4-string bass, or do you do 5-string as well?
4
string.
Just started bass also.
Okay.
Just started bass.
Were you a guitar player before?
Acoustic only, acoustic and sing. So now we have good singers. So I just
It's always nice to have a good
Yeah,
singer.
so I just use only the overdrive, the bass amp, compressor, of course, EQ, boost on our genre.
And hopefully use the tuner once in a while as well.
Of course. No, actually, I'm using his tuner as for now because it's not working
It's not
properly.
working that much.
Yes, so that's why I'm
So you're
using
saying the Proco Rat is too big to fit on there, and that's one thing you have to it's the economy. You have to figure out what's going to fit on the
Yeah.
board, and otherwise you have to buy a bigger board.
Bigger
and-
one.
But it's too heavy. So I think Procorat is very old
Yeah.
version. Yeah, I'm using that one maybe 2 years, 3 years like that.
So if one of those pedals, if that's the only pedal you could ever have for the rest of your life,
Yeah.
which one would it be?
I'm gonna use this one, the Valitone.
Baritone.
Yeah, it has chorus in there, bass amp, boost, tuner also, compressor. So
It's all in one.
All in one.
All in one.
Yeah. If you're stuck on a desert island and you only have one pedal with you,
Yeah.
which do you bring?
This
All
one.
right. And over on to guitars. So you're on bass. You're running direct into the PA, or do you run into an amplifier?
Amplifier.
Into an amplifier.
But actually, it has what do you call it?
Cab sim.
Yeah, for what's the name of it?
Different song.
Yeah, different one.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay. And now we got somebody a little bit more modern, I think. Tell us about your gear. So you're playing a Les Paul. Studio?
I'm using Epiphone Les Paul Studio. This is the only Les Paul I can afford, and it's still great. Yeah,
Looks
I love
great.
it. Since day one, I love Les Paul. I love the sound. I love the tone, the sound of this guitar, this Les Paul guitars. So, but my first guitar was a Fender, and I don't like it. I don't like. Because my genre is a little bit heavy. That's why I use Les Paul, and it fits on my sound. And here on my effects, the way I play, as I told earlier, I'm imitating Wes Borland from Limp Bizkit. I'm imitating his sound, so I have to use multi-effects. And
To mix it.
Yeah, to mix all the effects, and I hope you guys can you heard about Glitch. Yeah, when I was on high school, I'm always listening to the music of Glitch, and I was amazed with the effects. So that's why I use this Zoom. Since day one, I'm using Zoom, and I don't want to change brand because I used to it. I know the system, I know the settings, so I prefer Zoom.
Yeah. No. They're rock solid. Love.
And this is the special part of my guitar effects.
Ah.
When
So-
when the band is bored, they can
They can play. So when we're waiting for Yosh to tune her snare,
It's running. It's running. You can switch it on. So that's it. That's
Very important.
This is a very important part.
no, and with all these different pedals, it's hard for non-musicians to understand, but it's just another way to shape your tone, to drive creativity, especially with multi-effects where you're almost unlimited in the number of things that you can add to your music.
You can mix, I think, 12 effects.
Wow, yeah, very powerful.
So that's why I don't change any brand. I like Zoom.
When we hear that in your music, we can hear the diversity of the different tones. Okay, another guitarist.
Yeah.
Another Epiphone Les Paul.
Les Paul, yeah, the very affordable one. I like it because of the warm tone on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Warm tone gives me I like the sound actually. And yeah, very affordable, and this is my very first and until my until now, yes, it is. This is the one I am using.
So we got 3 Epiphones.
Yes.
So Epiphone, if you're watching this,
Lovers.
send these guys some really good gear. Because Epiphone are actually really stepping up their game. If you look at, Epiphone being more of the budget version, and then Gibson being the premium, Epiphone is closing that gap, both in what they're offering in the market and in the quality of stuff that they're kicking out. I've got many Epiphones, and I think they're great. And you compare them to some of the Gibsons, which may not have as good a quality control sometimes. It's amazing. So good value, and as long as it sounds good and you love it, shouldn't matter.
Yes.
All right.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yosh,
Yes.
this thing is almost as big as you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, drums. You have the most gear of everybody, typically. The most pieces that come together and the most different sounds. How important is it to have, the right sound of a snare, the right cymbals?
The question is complicated.
If we gave you any drum set, you'd be happy with it? Or do you want to make it your own?
I'm gonna make it on my own.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna feature this Joey Jordison signature snare drum from Slipknot, and I'm going to take this home right now.
Take it home.
Just kidding. Yeah. Snare is also really important for me when playing. Even when going on Battle of the Bands, I bring my own snare in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those that cuts through, and everybody hears it. And if it's bad, we all know the
Yeah.
Saint Anger album by Metallica and how bad the snare was in that. We don't want that for anybody. So
Yes.
we want the best snares. And if you come to Eclipse, we have the best equipment here that people
Yes.
can use and get that tone, get that sound, and really, give top performances for your recordings.
Of course.
So if you had unlimited budget, would you change what you have now?
For me now,
Whoa.
I will stick to Zoom. Since day one, I used it, and I love the effects. I love the sound. I prefer Zoom for me.
It's good. Loyal customer there.
For me, I will just add the analog synth amp.
Yeah, we didn't talk about your pedals. We skipped over that. We
Okay.
jumped right into Yoshi's drums
Yeah.
because they were.
We skip it.
So you're a bit of a hybrid here. You've got some digital and some analog. If you were on Desert Island and you had to take one of these pedals,
I use the Vox.
the Vox,
I'll
the
take
multi-effect,
Vox, yes.
but you've got an analog man on there.
Yeah.
That's a rare pedal. Did you buy it directly?
The king, yeah,
Or did-
it's a gift from my
Oh.
friend. Yeah.
Wow, that's a good friend. Yeah, 'cause
King of Tone.
King of Tone, the waiting list on those is 2 years.
Waiting list, yes,
Yeah.
2 years for that.
No, it's really impressive. And it's just about, what works for you, finding that right tone and experimenting and having fun.
That's true.
Really cool. Thank you.
Anyway, I need to show you this.
Oh,
This is my very first effects since 2003.
what is that strapped to the bottom?
Yeah. This
Oh,
is
that
the
surprised me. as well.
G1N. I don't know.
Is it dead?
Yes, that. This is with me since 2003.
Wow. So it's there in spirit, but not in tone.
Physical.
But it's not working anymore.
I am 1 year old that time.
So that pedal is almost older than you.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
almost older than you.
OMG.
All right. Well, thank you guys. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much.
Eclipse Live Studio.
Eclipse.
Shout out, big
Thank
shout
you,
out.
Eclipse.
Thank
Shout
you,
out,
thank you,
everyone.
Thank you.
Christian.